Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name, as per usual, is Mr. Evil Dragon, aka Liam New, and welcome along to welcome along to the pinnacle of circuits. Welcome to Autodromo Nazionale di Monza, first hosting a race back in 1950, by the way, for what is going to be an absolutely enthralling race here today for Prospect. The title has been decided 12 times in real life here. It can be decided here tonight as well. We'll take you through our permutations in just a few seconds' time. But before we get underway, as per usual, the lovely thing here is going for all our lovely sponsors, all our lovely partners, and of course, to Next Level Racing, sponsor the league. We're providing prizes. Pure Sim Gear sponsors the league, providing a pair of the sim racing gloves that will drive the most combined poles and fastest laps. To our partners, Vespertine, partnered with Vespertine, who support our championship prizes. ERT, partner the ERT going gets tough award and league trophies, of course, and as well, thank you to SimGrid, who of course power our lovely platform through their community as well. So we got our lovely snazzy standings, which I love looking at our lovely snazzy standings, including to our lovely standings as well. We have Infamous. He's up on P1 runner. Did not finish last time out as well. He had some issue somewhere. I don't know what happened because I was doing podium, but he had an issue at Brazil. What was that? It was called for me Spain inadvertently. So the Brazilian Spain that day. Robin Proverb behind ahead of Rageman Jacko, and then Jamie Sully ahead of You Having a Giggle, still in 7th. Then Mason ahead of Waze, who of course is our only driver here today. Will be starting from the back of the grid. He has taken his engine penalty here at Monza. Jason, Kingan, Jess, and then of course Smithy, Alex Lilliard, who is of course not here. He's I believe recovering, so of course we still wish him all the love in the universe. To our good old friend Alex right there. TJ in 15th, Matthias, Storm, Indecisive, Aiden, and then the other two gagglers down the back who aren't here in the season. So there is all you need to know here today around Monza. Now, in terms of this title, we'll go for it now whilst we have the time. Infamous, if he wins with a fast lap, Jason, Giggle, Mason, Waze are all eliminated. Sully must finish 2nd, Jamie must finish 4th, and Jacko must finish 9th to keep this title alive as he head towards the back end of the season. If Infamous wins without the fast lap, Jason, Giggle, Mason and Waze are also eliminated. Sully must finish 3rd, Jamie must finish 5th, Jacko must finish 10th or 11th for the fastest lap as well. So a lot of still to be decided here today. The championship not quite over yet, I believe, but it's definitely getting closer as we head, of course, towards the next couple of races. So all get excited for that one. We should be going in T-minus 2 minutes. So let's go and open up all your lovely messages, because I see some of you already messaged in the lovely Twitch chat as well. And hello everyone in Twitch. Hello everyone as well if you're joining us as well later on or afterwards in YouTube as well. Don't forget to comment down below. I do occasionally read your comments as well. And of course, I do like reading all of the chats as well, because we do love you here at One Hub, every single one of you. You are the reason we are all here, and we adore every single one of you. As well as all of our 14 of 20 drivers that are here. Some of them are missing. Now, I don't know who is not meant to be here and who is meant to be here. I'll tell you who is here. It is, it's Waze. I think, is that Waze's new name? It might be Waze's new name. Who knows? Is he changed? Possibly. We'll find out in due course. Anyway, whilst we're waiting here today at Monza, we'll tell you a little bit about this circuit. It first opened back in 1922. Has undergone quite a lot of changes, to be fair, over its history. From, of course, the old oval section, which, of course, you can still see here today, which was demolished, by the way. This is not the original oval. It's same position, same everything, though it's not the original. This new version was built in 1950, of course, for the Formula 1, because the old one had been degraded. It was only used for 10 years, of course, until it then became very dangerous because, of course, the cars go flying. If you haven't watched the film Grand Prix, it's the 1966 film, if I'm not too mistaken, you can see a fictional but very horrifying crash through there as well, which is probably what I imagine would happen in real life had they raced there still today, of course, around what is 8 corners on this circuit. And, of course, it is 7 to the right, 4 to the left, really, and 8 real corners, though I suppose it is 11 of technicality around here today. 53 laps ahead of the drivers for 100% race. though 27 ahead of the 50%. The smallest winning margin around here came in 1971. Peter Geffen won by 0.01 seconds. That is the closest of the, well, in the history of Formula 1. Ferrari, the most successful team around here, 20 victories. Next two up, McLaren on 11, Mercedes on 9. Previous winners around here, the most successful drivers, that is Schumacher and Hamilton, 5 apiece. Nelson Piquet has 4. The fastest outright lap around here, 1:21.046. That was set by good old Rubens Barrichello back in 2004 in that very domitable F2004, might we say, as well. So it's all going to be interesting to see what is going to be happening out of the drivers. Now, the crucial thing in here is hopefully we don't get a wet race around Monza, because I've seen many a wet race around here. It's always fun to see a wet race around Monza. Though, for the drivers, let's hope it doesn't become a little bit rainy, because no one likes a very soggy Monza. Though, saying that, I do. So, will it rain? Who knows? I hope so. But then again, I hope not. We'll find out in, hopefully, a few minutes. We're 1 minute over. Indecisive hasn't started. So we're just waiting for that. So Indecisive hasn't given the go-ahead quite yet. Hopefully he does any second now, whilst we are just blabbering on about all our lovely things in the universe. And hope everyone's having a good day as well in the chat. Say and let us know how your day's all been. If it's been good, if it's been bad. Hopefully it gets better soon enough as we head towards the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, as well. And of course, let us know who you think is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix, because that is live, of course, this weekend. Well, Monaco, obviously. And so far, it definitely looks like Ferrari potentially have a little bit up their sleeve. Red Bull not too far behind. The other question is, what are Mercedes going to be doing? They're pretty bad, it seems, around the circuit. It could be a one-off. So let us know who you think's doing well and who's not. Good news, though. I don't have to keep blabbling on, because look, we're all readying up. So that's good. We like to see everyone readying up right now. There is. We're waiting on 2 people. Infamous. Well, we're waiting on 3. We're waiting for Sheik. We're waiting for Rageman and Infamous to ready up, and then we can get going. For 18 seconds quicker. Only 2 to go. Are we going to start early, or are they going to hold us a few more seconds? Come on, Infamous. Ready up. Oh, no. There we go. I'm waiting on Sheik. Let's see. Will he ready up? He's not. If he readies up 1 second, I'm going to cry. He doesn't, so I don't have to cry. There we go. He didn't ready up, but he was waiting. He wants to be patient. He wants me to wait. Patience comes to those that wait, of course. And talking of things that have been good, people have been patient and people have been quick, it is, of course, our favourite thing. It is who's been doing well this season in terms of our quality and race ranking, set by our lovely friend, Mr. Kamke. And it is Montana who leads this field away on a 95.75. He's running away with it up there. Danestar in second, a 9.5 and a 19.4 for him. He is the best race driver here today. As well, the best quali driver is, I'm believing, looking down at the stats, it is Montana with an 11.64. So those two extremely quick. Tom Robbo there in third, ahead of Scorpion and Oasis, both the Aston Martins lining up. Ahead of Esti Madsen, our boy Infamous, down in 7th. Speedjess there ahead of Legend and Gazman, so the 2 Ferraris. Then comes Toma and then Henry as well in the other Aston Martin. Samba up in 13th. Modern Proverb up in 14th. Kamke's slowly moving up the field into 15th, so he's really scripting this to make him go up the field. He might win this, knowing him now. Raidsman in 16th, Kai in 17th, Jamie 18th, Red Matt is into 19th, so good to see Jamie pulling himself back in the top 20. Jonas now in that top 20 as well, so good to see. Now, hopefully, we should have the TAS, which should be working. And it is working. Good, we got the TAS working. As I said it, I was wondering if I said it right. We've got all our drivers all working. And I'm pleased to tell you there is a 9% chance of rain in the race. It's going down to a 6% as it goes on. Of course, only 45 minutes, so it's a 9 to 7% chance of rain this afternoon. So basically no real chance of rain here today. Though, never say never. We'll just say that because knowingly it will rain. And we'll all be soggy, and we'll all be pondering why it's raining. Now, I have some interesting stats, by the way. I was speaking to Jacko, and he told me, "Evil, don't curse me. If I curse him, I don't get some presents. So hopefully, I don't curse him. Otherwise, there'll be no presents for me, and I want some presents from Jacko because I keep cursing him. I did it a few days ago. Oh, I did it last time I commented. I just curse him all the time. He just doesn't get any luck when I'm near him. Every time I see him, he crashes. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, he doesn't crash. Because if he does, well, I might be in some trouble. But Jackie, he might kill me. Because I have set a curse on him. And it will not end. Well, we've got cars on circuit meanwhile. And whilst we're looking at these drivers, we're right on board with Jason, as he is the first car on circuit. We might have Rage Man whopping up behind him in a few moments' time. Hopefully he doesn't pass him, so we get to keep on board with the AlphaTauri driver, who currently sits himself down in what is, I believe, it's 12th in the standings, is it not? It's 10th in the standings for him as he comes out of the parabolic and then to begin his lap time here at Monza as he comes down towards turn 1, and it's a long run down here. It's probably one of the longest runs as he come into the Variante della Rettifiglio. Of course, that is chicane on straight as he hops over the first bump there. Is that my unsettle the car as he comes out of that, and then down into Como Grande, the real second corner on this circuit. Flowing down here, hitting the inside curve. We've got a Red Bull getting out of the way down there as you come down into the Variante della Roggia. And this one, another tricky area to do, as you'd see, right there. Hops over the curb, and I think he's going to back out the lap time because he's rather gone over the curb. As you go on board then with Rage Man coming in to the Curva di Lesmo. That's Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2 as it comes up. Lesmo 2, of course, reprofiled in 1994 to this more shallower line you see today. That looked pretty good through there as you come into the Curva del Signoraro, I believe that's how you pronounce that. And of course into the Variante Ascari, of course, named after the late great Alberto Ascari, who died here in 1955, of course, just a few days after his horrifying accident in Monaco, which he, of course, thrown in the harbour and then died in a sports car crash here, which is sad, I must say. Into the Parabolica they come, which was, of course, reprofiled many times over its period. It was once upon a time two double right-handers, indeed 90 degrees, back in the 1930s. Of course, more commonly, this new layout here as well on the right-hand side. This is where the banking is as well. You can see it right there as it skates itself down there. Next up across the line, we have Storm and Giggle. Giggle up to second, Storm into third. Across the line comes Indecisive to begin his lap time. Behind him, we have Aiden West currently coming through the back end of the lap time in the Alfa Romeo. And the Alfa Romeo is looking pretty good so far as he comes through the parabolic up, keeps it nice and shallow to the line, and up he comes, and the lap time is a 1:22.3 for him. Purple sector 3. Crossing the line comes Sully, he goes fourth. Behind him we have got, I believe it must be Infamous coming up to the line next, and that is Infamous on the medium tyres, the one of a few people so far on those mediums to try and set their first flying lap to save a set of softs for later on. Infamous crosses the line, and he goes fastest on the medium tyres. That is incredible for him. Fastest on the mediums. Crossing the line comes a few others. Kinging up to fifth. Crossing the line now a few others. Here comes Jacko across the line. P7 for him. Proverb comes into the pit lane to invalidate his lap time. We've got Jamie Sheik and Jess still in the pit lane. I believe that is Waze. However, it is Waze, and the other Red Bull, he's renamed himself to that. So there is why that. So the first real ones in qualifying are now over here today. It is Infamous. First charger then in qualifying. That's a good lap time. Indecisive, meanwhile, he's just crossed the line. P7 there, splitting the two Mercedes. And Indecisive there. That is a very decent lap time for him as well. He was saying if he wants to try, he can try and get himself up nearer the front. I did some practice with him earlier on. The quickest I got, I think, was a 21.7. So it's a pretty decent lap time there from Indecisive. So he's getting up there now. He's starting to get some pace and practicing quite a lot. And he's one of those drivers saying, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of confidence sometimes, but he seems to be getting a bit more now. He's changed his controller settings because he had them all on 100% like I did, and it doesn't seem to work quite well. So he's changed them around, he's fiddled with them, and they look a little bit better so far for a good old Indecisive. So good to see, potentially, he's got some more oomph in his car as we look down through the rest of the field to see if anyone else on a lap time. Indecisive actually going slightly up but slightly down in the second split. He will be coming, never mind, he's going off the road, and that's going to be the wall, and oh dear. Well, see. Now, here's Evil, who says a few seconds ago Indecisive feeling more comfortable, and now what's Evil done is he's gone and said he's feeling comfortable, and now he's dropped it for Ascari and hit the ball. So, Now, I'm not going to say I did that, but I'm going to say that someone else has gone off, by the way. I've noticed it on the exit because there is debris and some tyre smoke. So someone else has taken a little bit of a different trip through the corner there. And hello to old Dexter in the chat. Hello, my friend. As well, in comes Indecisive into the pit lane. Aiden on a lap time as well. I believe he is potentially coming in the pit lane. And let's see what he will do for the last corner. Is he going to finish the lap time? He is. Can he get it any higher up? 1:21.1 does improve by not enough though to jump up the order that much. Next up, really on a lap time, we have got Mr. Whopping Proverb. But you can see there the tyre marks where someone has gone off. It might have been Jason. It might have been Jason. There is a possibility there, though I could not confirm it is Jason. Though we can have a look at the tyres, and it might tell me if he's gone off the road, actually. We'll have a look at the tyres. Has he gone off? Are we going to see some damage by anyone? And looking at the damage, at 1923, Jason broke everything. So, yes, he did go off the road, and that's probably the reason he's not set a lap time here in qualifying. So, unfortunate for him. Whopping Proverb coming through turn number 1, 2, and then into really turn number 3, the Curva Grande then, where we've seen many a battle here before. We've seen, of course, Alonso and Vettel put each other on the grass many times here as well, which is always entertaining to see them doing that. Nice through there into the Rogers. Okay, purple sector 2. Over on the Taz, it is showing a green of a 26.7. The fastest driver in the first sector, that is you having a giggle so far at 26.5. 27.3, by the way. Jason had his second sector. He had got the fastest second sector so far. Across the line there, another green sector then from Proverb, and that is a 27.2 as he comes through the exit. And then down the straight, he's got a nice little run here to stretch his legs. And then, of course, spot the braking down into the parabolica. Right there, spot the white line. That's really your brake marking board. That was pretty decent for him into 5th gear. Up to 6th from the exit, opens the steering up, run it all the way to the exit of the circuit. Now it's tying it ever up to take the shortest line. And it's going to be 2nd position for him. Cannot beat Infamous. I think Infamous needs moving up a tier, you know, lads. Because he is a man on the mission. Meanwhile, here is Mrs. Jess, who's currently down in 15th position. Saying she was looking for a potential mid-22, and that's what she's gambling for, so let's see what she can do then. Through she comes into the middle sector, and it is currently on the sector split. It's a 27.1 for Jess right there, so not too shabby for her. That is Quickle and Sully, that's Quickle and a few others as well through the middle sector. Look, pretty okay. That little bit of twitch on the rear end for good measure. As you can see, the Mercedes either side of Jess there. The two black Mercedes, the silver, the black arrows surrounding the beautiful Williams, I must say. I do love this livery. Now, through to the line, here comes Jess. Can she get herself ahead of Indecisive is the question of the hour. Slots herself in there into 12th position, just over 7/10 behind Indecisive. And of course, Jess will be going on a set of soft tyres later on as well, as we look through the field to see who is currently coming through the back end. Whopping Proverb coming through the back. We've got Mason on a lap time right now. We've got Kingan on a lap. We've got a few coming through the back end. You having a giggle. He's coming through the last corner right now. Is he coming in the pits? No, he's on a outlap again. So he must have dropped it somewhere, because that is a 1:46. So he's dropped it somewhere on his lap time. Next across the line, we will have... It's a blue car. It must be Kingan coming through the last corner. And here is Kingan through the last corner. Now what he'll do is take it a bit more shallower then. So he's straight in the line. Up cross line, P3. Good lap time from Kingan. Slots himself into that position. Next up we will have Mason, currently in 5th position. Looking pretty decent so far is Mason as well. He's been definitely getting a lot more better here. That, of course, Collins. Further here is Mason across the line. Stays at P5, but up 0.2 of a second. Slots himself in right behind his teammate. Sully across the line right now. 0.3 up. 0.5 up to P3 for him. Jacko coming up to the line right now, and he will cross the line as well. Does not improve. Stays P10 then, so potentially another lap to come. Infamous, meanwhile, he's on lap time, and Well, he's going to try and rob it into the drivers. He's going to go into the 120s. He doesn't need to. He can start on the mediums if he wants to, but he doesn't. He's going to go into the 20s and a 20.2. A second clear of Whopping Proverb and Sully. So, I think that says all you need to know about that one. Whopping Proverb there in second. Sully just jumped over the curbs down into the Dalia Roger. Gets out of the way of his teammate. As well, talking of Jacko, let's see if he's going for a second push lap. Yes, he is. Curves it in. A little bit of a nice curve for the Mercedes driver. And this is one of those corners that are very easy just a mistake here. Down on the brakes into Ascari. So easy here. Like it's so indecisive to get on those curves. And the rear end, very, you can see there, wants to step out on you. Just proving the point, Mr. Jacko, as I say. Curves want to stick out on you. Jacko's rear end sticks out on him. We'll get a bit of a toe then from Mason, who's just might give him a bit of a toe. He's going to pull out to the outside. Fair play. That's nice to do. Up to the line comes Jacko. It was a couple of attempts up, but I feel might dropped a bit of time. No, it does improve to 7th there. It'll be disappointing for that lap time. No, could have got a little more out of it, I reckon. Indecisive is 3 attempts down on his lap time as well, so doesn't think he's gonna, well, no, he's not, because he's backed out his lap time. So there we go, and we've got up front Infamous, who will be coming in the pit lane, has invalidated anyway as well. Rageman, 4 attempts up there as he comes through Sector 2, passing Whopping Proverb on the inside of Ascari. No, that's going to be invalidated. No. Okay. Well, intriguing. There's some tactics there from Rageman. That looked very wide, but he got away with it. But he got away with that. Yes, he does, though he didn't go off the circuit there, so he got away with going a little bit wide. Yellow flags, as I think that's someone getting slow there. A second position for Rageman, though I feel that could have been invalidated, but apparently not. So, what do I know about this? Across the line comes Jacko to the pit lane, as we're looking now to see Whopping Proverb start his lap time as well. We've got a few cars coming out for the last runs here in qualifying, and this is all going to be about what is going to be good and what is not going to be good here today. One Proverb would certainly love to be on pole position right now. Low, will anyone be able to break that pole position? Because a 120.226 as nearly as, well, is a second 0.1 quicker than second position is incredible. I will just say it is absolutely incredible, the lap time, and fair play if he gets pole. That must be one of the lap times of the season. Here comes Proverb through the second split, and didn't look like he set the sector times alive. 51,000's up for him. And seeing James, he had an operation on Tuesday. That's good to see as well. So good to see James is all nice and good down there, and he's good to see him getting back in one hub. Purple, but down, but up. Interesting. No, it's up by 2 attempts there. So sorry, I thought it was purple down. Which I've seen before, but he's up. Good to see. Here's one Proverb through the last corner. Let's see. Can he get himself on pole position? Though I don't think it will be, because he needs to find a second to get himself on pole. So unless this last sector is 8 attempts quicker, which it's not, because there it is. It is going to be a 20.9, so he is another car in the 20s, but still some 6 attempts off of pole position so far. Next up, we have got Mr. Sullivan, who is on a lap time right now as he comes through into Sector 2. What's he going to be up then? It is down at 3 tenths of a second. Rageman in the chat. Holy S. Infamous is fast. I agree on that comment. I'm not allowed to repeat the word, but you can all see it in the chat, and it's a 4-letter word, and it begins with S. So there you go. That's all I need to tell you. Sully, second down. He's not going to be improving this lap time. Could be going for a second post lap. Indeed he is, because he's saving his ERS. So a double post lap. Meanwhile, we have got, who's next? Nearly front on a lap time indecisive. We've got Jess on an out lap. I believe it will be Mason currently coming through the middle sector. And let's see if Mr. Mason, who has got worldwide supporters in the chat, and we all love Mr. Mason so far. And let's see, he is 4 attempts up in Sector 2. This looks like it'll be a very good lap time here. This could be, looking at the things, it could be around about 3rd position, I reckon. If he gets all hooked up, he's got 1 corner to go. Let's see what Mr. Mason... I don't know what Mason's first name is still. Colin can let me know what Mason's first name is. Is it Mason Mason? It could be Mason Mason. It could be Colin as well. I don't know. Here comes Mason across the line. 4th position. That's a very good lap time for him. There we go. So, 4th. Colin can let me know what his dad's first name is. It's John. John Mason. There we go. Thank you, Colin. I didn't remember. There we go. So, there's John there. Currently in 2. P4. It's only taken me half a season to figure out as he passes all of the things there and gets himself nice and slow. That's a very nice lap time from John up into 4th position. His teammate, meanwhile, crossing the line to start his lap time. Behind him, we've got a few others, I believe, on lap times. Potentially Jacko coming up to line for his lap. And let's see what he will do. P2. That's more like it for Jacko. Behind him, the other Mercedes of Sully. 43 fouls up. Can he get himself up the front? P4 for him. That's another good lap time. Both Mercedes then. 2nd and 4th position respectively. As we look now down to see Jessica. 1.1 seconds up. This is a very good lap time from Jess. P8. What a little lap time from Jess right there. That is lovely to see. As next up, here is Jamie. Let's see what he can do. Can he get himself ahead of Jess? Through the last corner, down on the brakes, chuck it into Parabolica, nice on the curb, nice on the power. A little bit twitchy, looks a little bit nervous there on the throttle as he comes up. Can he get himself ahead of Jess is the answer. No, he can't. Stays behind Jess. The man who was leading this championship at the beginning could not improve. Infamous across the line right now. He's 2 attempts down and across the line right now. And does not improve, I believe. He does not, at least. I don't think he improved. In comes Rageman. He's a temp down as he crosses the line. He's a temp up. P4 for him. Mason down in 7th. That is qualifying done then here today. And yes, rep the dragon. I'm a dragon. I'm used to evil dragons. So rep me. I mean, you might be repping the Welsh dragons, but I'm not Welsh, but rep me. I'm a dragon. So there we go. Meanwhile, Infamous, Jacko, and that is your top 2. And Jacko then, who is still going for this championship. He told me Monza is a very good track for him, but he's got to go and find 6 attempts to get... he's got to do something. He's got to have to try something at turn number 1, really, because... What a lap time from Infamous. This is a dominable performance here in Monza. The Irishman then on pole from Jacko. The American. Then comes Rageman, Sully, Kingan, Mason, Giggle, Jess in 9th. Then we got Jamie, Aiden, Indecisive, King, Jason, and Waze, of course, who is serving that qualifying penalty down the back. And don't forget, by the way, if you're just joining us, if you are on the Twitch, you can hit follow, I believe, and all of that stuff as well. So do not forget to do that. We like our followers. 18 of our lovely followers and watching us live here. Don't forget if you're watching YouTube later on, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to keep up to date. And also follow at One Hub Racing on Twitter as well. You can, of course, find all the affiliate links here and there somewhere. I believe it's... Is it in the description? It might be in the description. If it's not, it should be in the description. I'm not too sure. Don't forget as well, the other tiers will be going live as well. We'll have Podium live, I believe. It should be live around about now, potentially, if I'm not mistaken. So don't forget to look at Podium. We'll have, of course, Precision later on, just after this one finishes. Hopefully, we'll get it live. We did notice there was some drivers that didn't show up. So, of course, it was not streamed last week due to lack of drivers. And, of course, the top tier Pinnacle later on as well at 8:30. So don't forget to keep up to date with all the action as well later on. And of course, this and Precision will be live on Twitch, and of course, Podium and Pinnacle live as well on YouTube. And don't forget as well, for our sponsors, which we'll go through whilst we are just waiting here today. And of course, to our sponsors, and that is, I scroll down on our lovely little sheet, LA's Next Level Racing sponsors the league, providing prizes. Pure Sim Guest sponsors the league, providing a pair of their sim racing gloves to the driver of the most combined poles, and of course, the most fastest laps. I tell you what, Infamous on this line of 4 might be up for that because he's just too quick. Vespertine, of course, one of our partners with Vespertine, to support our championship prizes, of course, and to our lovely boys at ERT, which of course is watching. Of course, we've got Dexter in the chat, we've got all of the lads in the chat as our partner. The ERT Going Gets Tough Award and League trophies, and of course to SimGrid, who of course, powered by SimGrid, won our seasons through their lovely community platforms. And right on time, here's the formation lap. I've done it right, I've done it in time. I've done that, there we go. Under the foot, Ray, on our formation lap, here at Monza then, first racing in 1950, has claimed the championship 12 times. Here today, last time the championship was wrapped up here, that was in 1979. Jody Scheckter won it on that day in the Ferrari. And the Ferrari boy, meanwhile, down in 10th position. 11 corners, 4 to the right, 7 to the left. Around a circuit which has seen many, many battles, like I've said in the past. Of course, has seen some shock winners in the last couple of years, really. Well, winners that were very emotional. 2019, Charles Leclerc won it. 2020, Pierre Gasly won it. 2021, of course, Danny Ricciardo running. Well, we've got old Danny Rick run it that day. Who will win it here today? Are we going to see a surprise winner here at Monza? Can we see someone? Jacko, Wobbing Proverb, who are we going to see get this victory? Of course, Infamous, he's had a run, he's had 3 victories this season so far. Hoping for a 4th, did not finish last time out. His other best result, the worst result apart from that DNF, which was a DSQ really, I believe, was a 9th position. That was at round 4. He's been so consistent everywhere since that day. From Proverb, 2nd in the standings, has not won a race this season, starting in 3rd. Rageman in 3rd, won at round 7. Jacko took his first victory at round 4 at Spa. So all to play for this season. But Robert Proverb, who's somehow in 2nd, only 2 points behind the man up front. He's been so consistent throughout this season despite not winning any races. Can he get himself a victory here at Monza? The last car, that is Waze getting himself on the grid. And the last car then slots himself into position. And then we are waiting then here at Monza. And in just a few seconds we'll see those 5 shiny red lights. Look but never stare, because the Italian Grand Prix is underway. And it looks like a very tempting start from Infamous right there. It actually looked like a very good start from Infamous right there. It's almost on the grass. Is Jacko 3-1 in the background there? Is it going to be contact in turn number 1? It is contact. McLaren going straight on as Jacko involved. We've got another carnage at turn number 1 there, as absolutely everyone going off. It looks like Mason John's gone off at turn number 1. We've got Sally at the back there. Oh, sort of carnage. I'm not sure there is Jess involved potentially. Yes, Jess involved. Has lost her front wing. Virtual safety car has been deployed. And what is going on here? As they all bunch up into turn 1, Jess involved. We've got Aiden West without a front wing. We've got huge drama here in Monza. Many cars coming a cropper as Aiden West has picked up a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So something's going on there in the background. There was a lot of kerfuffle there, a bit of a bunch up, and definitely seeing that we've got more than one car without a front wing. Having a look at the damage indicator, as we are going to be going green in just a few moments. Kingham broke his front wing. Jason's got damage. Aiden's got damage. Jamie's got damage. Jess has got damage as well. So a lot of people here with damage, though some of them might just get away with it as you're back running then here at Monza, then back for the Italian Grand Prix. Infamous leads this race from Rupping Proverb, and then comes Giggle from Jacko then, who's hoping to get back up into third position. Further down the field, we've got King into the pit lane for a new nose, we believe. So King into the pit lane, we're going to have Aiden West in the pit lane. We've got yellow flags as that is that indecisive? Who was that there? Was that Waze out of the race? Yes, Waze out of the race in the pit lane. He is out. And what on earth just happened there for Waze in the pit lane entry? I've never seen that in my life. Well, unless he's hit someone or has got incredibly caught out, and they're not ready for Jess. They are not ready for Jess. And there goes the nose. It spawns back in. A new one comes on. They weren't ready for him. Waze out. What terrible race for Waze then. Had a qualifying thing for that. Has been, well, it's crashed. And he's out this race. And we've got another car. That is that Storm off as well? It is Storm. What is going on here at Monza, everyone? And I thought the curbs are going to be an issue. I'm going to lose my Vite here today, aren't I? We're only on lap 2. And there's so much drama going on. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, 3 into 1. It was always going to be a risky strategy, as Dexter said. It was Jacko, Giggle, and I think someone else there. It might have been King and Infamous, meanwhile, up front, setting the Roller Blades. That is another fast lap for him today. Robin Proverb in second. Real gainers out of this race, by the way, as we look through. And it's Giggle up 5, up 4 for Jamie, who stopped into the pit lane. Why don't you right now? Is that is going to be for a new set of tyres. There's going to be a potential for a new nose. It is a new nose from Jamie as well for a set of medium tyres. And, yep, so looks like John, that Mason, broke himself. Didn't hit anyone, though, so I don't know what happened at turn 1, but that was definitely a kerfuffle. We'll say that much, as Storm gone off again at turn number 1, I reckon. He looked like he was a little bit twitchy. I'll tell you what, indecisive, he's currently getting overtaken by Sully, though I don't think he'll mind that. I think he'll let him go, because so far, same position. And what I told him, as he hops over the curb right there, what I told him is be consistent, get yourself out of trouble in the first couple of laps, and you could have a very good race. And so far, it is looking like it could be a very decent race for Mr. Indecisive so far, though. Let's not say anything. I tell you what, who's not having a good race? That is potential contact. Is that Jess in the wars potentially with Aiden West? I'm wondering. It definitely looked like they were very close to each other, though I think potentially they did not collide. I think Aiden West just getting on the curb potentially at turn 1 and has dropped the car around. But oh, wow, that's going to be damage there. That's floor damage for you right there. And I will be surprised if he didn't get floor damage right there up front. 2 seconds, the top 2 separated right now, and this is going the way so far. We're only on that 4 of 27. Safety cars, yes, still to come, potentially. We've seen many safety cars around here. A long race to go. But who is going to beat Infamous so far up front? He is got a bit of a gap right now, we'll say that much. Jacko down in 5th position, his favourite circuit, and he's got a little bit of work to do, as you can see everyone hopping over the second chicane, and no one likes this second chicane, it seems. And I'm sure the people like we've seen, Colin, we've got James, Dexter, they could all back it up. The bums around here over those curves, especially at the first 2 chicanes, they are floor killers, aren't they? And they can let me know. They're going to be my co-commentators in the chat, because they can talk to me in the chat. Meanwhile, we've got a battle here between Mason and Jason, which rhymes, by the way. I like that. Jason the Mason battling together, and it is Jason now ahead of Mason, ahead of Jess, who together, and I tell you what, Jess and John like battling together a lot. These two have been close together quite a lot. As up front, Infamous leads this race. Proverb in 2nd, Giggle in 3rd, Rageman in 4th, and Colin saying with co-coms, yeah, you guys get the vote the driver of the day. One of them. Meanwhile, talking of moves and talking of action, here comes Jacko to take into 4th position, down on the brakes into turn number 1. That looked pretty close there, and he's got ahead then the Mercedes, and yellow flags. Now, what's that for? Is that Aiden West going off potentially, or is that our favourite ghosty boy down there at Lesmo 2? I think it might have been. There, as you can see running down the field, Infamous, Proverb, and then comes Giggle. Jacko just ahead of Rageman. Sully ahead of Indecisive, who's sticking on the back there. So far, in terms of the tyres, by the way, as we look to see who's on what, it's the top 6 on the soft tyres. It's 7 down to 13 on the mediums. It's 14 on that set of... it's careful, Indecisive. And that's that curb. I mentioned, there's another car there. Is Storm almost dropped it as well. And these curbs around here in Monza are blighted little buggers, aren't they? They're catching everyone out. They're like giant speed humps. Well, they are speed humps because they do that. And Formula 1 car, the sleeping policemen don't like a Formula 1 car very much. They will certainly not pass the sleeping policeman fine. They might get sued. I don't know what the fine is. Someone let me know. What's the fine for not complying with a speed bump, not being able to get over it? Because all these Formula 1 cars are going to get themselves in trouble here because they can't get over the speed bump. 2.6 seconds so far, the gap from first to second. Giggle now in third, and so far, the closest battle on this race is potentially between Rageman and Jacko. And that is second and third position. No exhaust is the penalty for going over a speed bump in a road car. Yeah, I can agree with that. Dex saying, those curves aren't that bad. Try the ones at the Monza, so I was practicing with 6-hour endurance racing. Come and say, good luck on that. Dexter, yeah, the curbs on, some of the curbs around there are very difficult. I will admit, they are very easy to trick yourself up, especially, of course, at the PlayStation and the Michelin chicane. Of course, that is, oh, Jacko! Careful, sunshine, talking of curbs. There is Jacko, getting twitchy, and he did that in qualifying. He's done it in the race, though this time he's got it together. Outside line, he still stays ahead of Jacko. He still can't quite do that one there, but with a bit of slip, Jim, a bit of help. Let's see if he can come through then. As well, let's see, DRS will be activated to the right-hand side. Don't think Jacko's going to defend this too heavily right now. No, he's not. Bigger picture, longer race to find, and now up into fourth position, though Jacko's not going to find it too bad, though. He tried it on the exit, couldn't quite do it either as well. And to Dexter, as he's talking about Monza, where's your Le Mans, where's your favourite corner at Le Mans? There's some debris I just noticed, by the way, down at turn number 2, I just noticed there. But to Dexter, what's your favourite corner at Le Mans? As meanwhile, in comes Storm King into the pit lane. Let's see, I was going to see if I could see that bit of debris. I swear I saw. Was my eyes deceiving me? Giggle is deceiving me. That's what's deceiving me, because he's gone off the road, and is that debris? Has he lost his nose? Is Giggle having a laugh? Has he lost it? Nose? Yes, he's lost his nose. Well, he can't be giggling anymore because he's lost his giggle. He's lost his nose. Rageman's gone off the road as well. Here is Jacko on the exit of the Ascari chicane. And that is a lovely little move there if you get it done. On the brakes, down towards the parabolica. Has he got ahead? Yes, he has. So Giggle, now we presume what it was off the first part of the Lesmo. So he's dropped it there. As in comes Jacko, in comes Rageman. Both trying to give each other a little bit of room there into the pit then so they don't run into each other, which I've seen many times. And, oh, Giggle. Oh, you can only laugh at that one, unfortunately, because well, you can only laugh or we could cry. Oh dear, unsafe release. Oh, another unsafe release. Oh, God. Well, that'll be a few fines there for McLaren and Mercedes, but luckily the ghosting system on. And Dexter's saying favourite is the Porsche Curbs. Yeah, Porsche Curbs into the Le Mans car. Completely flat out there. Here it is. Indecisive. Oh, that's not good. Rageman came right in front of him. Rageman pulled out right in front of him there. And that indecisive, he couldn't do anything. That was a little bit, that might have been a little bit naughty there from Rageman. He did stick his line. He broke early. Indecisive broke where he normally did and then got slammed into him. But I thought that might be a little bit, that might be a bit cheeky though from Rageman, though the stewards will decide on that one. But that was a little bit, I feel sorry for Indecisive, and he's off the road, he's got no front wing, and poor old Indecisive. He just seems can't catch a break in one hub recently, can he? He always seems to have some kind of issue when he doesn't need to. And the nose is gone. There is a contact between him and Rageman on the exit, the pit lane, which I've seen a Red Bull trying to go around the outside of a Mercedes there, tried to go around the outside of the McLaren. The McLaren moved, and then there was contact. Robin Proverb, Infamous and Sully all in the pit lane meanwhile as those guys come out. Robin Proverb there on the mediums. Here is Jacko defending. Here is Rageman to the outside. And there is Rageman up now into the position. Is he? Yes, he is. Into the position right there. And Colin saying that his dad got damage there from Waze in the pit lane. As here is Jacko. That's brave up the inside. No, can't do it. Backs out. He's a braver man than I am. Well, he's not a brave man because probably I would have said that and ended up spinning around in turn number. It's spinning around there. I've done that many times, so that's what happened for Waze. I thought he either hit someone or hit the pit wall. He did hit someone, so I was correct then. So he hit the side of poor old John. So that's a real shame there. Down the field, by the way. We haven't really looked down the rest of the field too much this afternoon. So we look now as everyone's done their first stop. A few people have penalties. Giggle 5-6 for Jason, 5 for Mason, 3 for Aiden. As we look down to see who is close together so far. We've got a little bit of gaps forming. Jess down behind John. We believe Jess potentially has damage. I'll double check of it in a little bit. As good to see Jay Mel's in the chat as well. Good to see everyone jumping in the chat here to end. I will apologise, by the way, if I do seem to be struggling ever so slightly. Not a lot of action goes on. Normally I struggle more. As meanwhile, talking of action, is battle here between... It's Jacko. That's certainly has words. There is Jacko and Rageman battling together. Someone said a first like that. Might have been Giggle. But here it is going to be, let's see, left or right. Which way are you going to go, Sunshine? Left. Brave. Inside. Yes. No. Has Jacko made the corner, though? Yes, he has. As the exit made the corner as well for Rageman. Yes, he also has. But these two scrapping away for third and fourth position. Just as I say, there was not a lot of action going on. Action always seems to follow me wherever I go. And now, no action. These two, could you keep batting for another 17 laps? I'll appreciate that. They're going to do it. Here again, then. Slipstream. Let's see. Left or right again. Which way do you reckon Jacko's going to go? He's going to go right. Up the inside. Thank you very much, says Rageman. And that will be... another position potentially if he gets the car stopped. Yes, he does. But has he got the exit? No, he hasn't. But he'll get it together for his Sky, and that's all up to Jacko then. Now, what Jacko's going to do here is save a bit of his ERS, which I don't know what he's doing because I haven't got the ERS up. Infamous goes fastest, and it's 80 versus 72. He'll stick behind. He'll stick his nose to try and force him wide, which he does. He gets on the curb to try and spin him round, which he nearly does as well. And back on the slipstream, back in the toe, and let's say left or right. Which way is he going to go, everyone? I think he's going to go right. And we have Storm off the road. There he goes to the right-hand side. And that they're now in to the position yet again, though. Late braking from the McLaren. This is going to end in contact. No, yes, no. The side. They almost touch, but they don't. Giggle there. Oh, contact. And there is Keegan. Contact with Giggle. And they don't somehow come a cropper as here is Jacko side by side into the Rogers again. And that's close. That is very close as they touch. And then now Jacko into third. Rageman back into fourth. As now action kicking away again. We are on that 11 of 27. And I'll tell you what, Jacko running in third so far. Defending for his life right now. I'll tell you what, this is looking like it could be a very decent result for Jacko. He hasn't finished every race I've commentated on him. Could he finish today? Potentially so. As he comes through the exit there, can't quite defend there. Rageman, he's just stuck behind Jacko. He's defending quite well there up front. We have got Infamous, 5.2 seconds now on those soft tyres for the mediums then. For Proverb, it's the two mediums for these guys as well. So Infamous going for another set of mediums later on. With a little bit of DRS though, is Rageman going to come back to fight Jacko for round number 72 of this infamous little battle between these two. And Jacko's going to slightly go to the left, slightly go to the right. And there the Say Ladies McLaren up the inside in turn number 1. Oh dear. Oh dear. And, well. Oh, double dear. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Jacko now, hasn't it? Oh, what have I done? Ow. Now, I'm not going to say every time I say he has luck, he doesn't. And now coming through, has he got... Please don't tell me he's got damage. I don't want him to have damage. But I was saying he was having luck. And now he spun it. So, oh, I thought for a second he was going back up the inside. And it doesn't. And now Mr. Jacko is going to have to try and keep his head down, try and concentrate and go back at it then, because poor old Jacko, every single time I say his name, he has an issue, and it's happened again. And he said I'll get a present if I don't curse him. And I've cursed him. So, oh dear. I'm not going to say that was my fault, but that was a racing incident, I think, as well. I don't think he's got damage, so Jacko can cherry on his cherry way and try and get back through, but he's got to get back past Giggle. And now it's going to be the situation of keep your head down and go for it. We're on that 13, and is Jacko got damage? No. No, he doesn't. Good to see. Will he try and close back up to Mr. Giggle, who's on the soft tyres? Potentially not. Further down the field, King and Sully, and then we've got Jamie Met down at 8th, Jason, Mason, Jess, now ahead of Indecisive, who's done his second stop, will presumably stop one more time later on today. Aiden West, meanwhile, is down there in 13th position, just about in 13th position, as he keeps it together. Storm in 14th position. I tell you what, up front, name is Infamous. We haven't seen him, we haven't spoken of him. He's doing well. We'll just say that much. As we look down the field to see there, the McLaren coming out of Lesmo 2. It's so quick out of Lesmo 2 when you get some of these shots through there. They absolutely fly out of the corner. As Giggle ahead of Jacko. Jacko's closing back up, to be fair. So Jacko, on those medium sides, has pace. Still in the car. He might have gone spinning around at turn number 1, but as long as it doesn't go spinning around anywhere else, it'll be nice and fine. Slipstream, bit of ERS and a bit of DRS down in towards turn number 1. Should be an opportunity. Giggle then. Let's see what he will do. Will he peel into the pit lane just to say no thank you very much, I don't want to battle you. No, he's going to stay out. So let's see. Jack is going to have to do some, let's say, quick slipstream diving here if he wants to get the move done. He's not going to make a dive from here. Please don't do it, Jacko! He doesn't. I thought he did. He's scaring me. I don't like when he does this. I hate it when he does this. He likes scaring me. He almost dived. I thought for a second he was going to do a send there, but he doesn't. He thinks better of it. Maybe he knows he's listening to me. He's just teasing me in the comment box. As there is Storm off the road, and he's having a torrid time right now, isn't he? Oh, contact! And Jacko's hit the back of another car, and that's the back of Giggle as they come back to pass a very laggy Storm King, who is, well, lagging, very spectacularly lagging. And poor old Jacko, I feel, might have lost his marbles ever so slightly nearly. And let's see, please don't take a dive from here, this Brave, he thinks better of it. And I keep feeling he's going to take a dive. I think he's got a bit of pent-up frustration under that cockpit right now. As he's going to go left, right. Is he going to sit behind right now? Well, let's see if he goes left or right in a few moments' time. Have I lost my marbles in the comments box as well? Potentially. We never know, but here he is then. Mr. Jacko coming through the corner and up through the gears into 6th, into 7th, and potentially into 8th in a few seconds' time. Is he going to use the ERS right now? Yes, he will not. He was, but he didn't, and now with potentially... Oh, you can use the ERS, Jacko. Can't use a little bit of it. You're close enough. You can try and make a dive. You're not going to do it right now. In the pit lane comes Storm, who's out this rate. As Jacko, that's squirming on the throttle out of the corner. Further down the field, meanwhile, battle here between a gaggle of cars, and that is Keegan, Jamie, Sully, and also it looks like that Jason as well. It is Jason as well in this little gaggle of cars. So we'll have a look at these guys right now as they zigzag themselves away down the straight. Jamie now in 7th position, Jason in 8th, and there's contact, and there's a spin, and well, never mind. There we go. See, whenever I cut to drive, I don't know what is with me today, cutting to drivers and they're having an issue, but it's not going well, is it, lads? As we've got yellow flags. I think that's Storm's AI coming out the pit lane and pulling over to the side of the road. No safety car should be called for that one. Over down the field, we've got Jacko and Giggle and Gaggle and Gaggle. And Giggle now ahead of Jacko. Is Jacko now this time with the ERT, with the slipstream. Now surely he's going to try and come through. Surely now's the opportunity. Now which way is Giggle going to go? He's going to go to the inside line. Jacko's going to have to brake late. And let's see if he gets it this time done. Yes, he does. And now he gets the move done. He might have to use a bit of ERS on the exit to stay in that position. Because let's see if the slipstream is going to come back through. He's not, as there you can see Jason in the pit lane. Right there, as you can see, back to these guys right then. Is Giggle staying behind? Yes, he is. Jacko now back up to 4th position. Second stop so far then for Jason and Mason. Mason, of course, with some side pod damage from contact, we believe, earlier on. Yellow flags. And is that indecisive going off at turn number 1? It is. So, struggling with the curves, unfortunately, for indecisive. And that's a real shame to see indecisive struggling. He has pace, but unfortunately just seems to be struggling ever so slightly here today at Monza. When you get a little bit of issues, it's compounding issues, as you can see. I think he's getting out of the way there of Jason up the inside. Doesn't want to fight them too heavily right now. He's got damage potentially on the flop, as Jess there said she was up, but he's not. And yellow flags. Now, who's that for? It is Aiden West, who's lost his car, is what he's done. He's lost his car. He's lost the front. That might be a safety car. A virtual safety car has been deployed. Now, this is going to mean surely now everyone's got a chance to come in the pits for mediums or soft tyres. I reckon. Let's see. Jess should come in the pits if I was her. She will. Good to see. That will mean she won't lose as much time. Only a 10-second pit delta, really, remember, because everyone else stuck here under the delta. So these guys will gain time, and Jess will come in for a set of... Well, that's a quick march, was that? Well, what are them? Speedy Gonzalez from those boys. Out comes Jess into the circuit and rejoins in 10th position. It may be in 11th, just behind Mason. So, Colin, you got your favourite boys back together. Well, boy and girl, might we say, because there is Jess behind Mason. So these two back together. It's a little bromance between these two. We love to see those guys together. Oh. That's my stomach rumbling for some food potentially later on. Jason, meanwhile, is got himself a 3-second time penalty up front. Meanwhile, Wilton Proverb leads this race by 14 seconds. Low, he's yet to stop one more time. We'll be going for a set of soft tyres in the next few laps. Ooh. Indeed, Proverb leads so far, as they can see Jeremy in the pit lane. Colin saying my two favourites together. Indeed, Jess is one of my favourites, by the way. If you know, you know. Indeed, but let's not drag on that one, as she's trying to close up on Colin with a little bit of laggy twitchiness, as well as the fresher tyres as well. And with a bit of DRS, let's see if she can attack. As definitely does Colin disconnect. No, he's not disconnected. I think just having a bit of lag potentially. Oh, definitely lag. Oh, has he missed the corner? He has. Jess is being a little bit cautious. I don't think he knows where Colin is. Oh. Mason, you're lagging. Oh no. This isn't good. Oh no. Don't lag. Please don't lag. Oh, he's going. No. Oh, God. This is very interesting. Oh, what is going on here for Mason? Is this well, it is an internet issue potentially. Well, it's that or it's me having issues. One of the two things are happening here today. But hopefully that is not an issue. Meanwhile, Infamous hops over the curb. He leads this race now by 6 seconds from Rageman. Modern Proverb going on the attack lane in 3rd. Behind them, Jacko Giddles Sully in the pit lane as well. Out he comes. He'll be down in 9th position so far with what, 8 laps to go? Now, so Colin confirming he's having some technical issues, which is not good to see, but hopefully it is just only slight issues, and hopefully it gets back together, as these actually are the closest drivers on track. So we'll ride on board with Mr. Mason then, Mr. John Mason. I say that, no, it's Raceman in the pit lane. So we'll ride back on board with Mr. Mason, as he's got Mrs. Jess right up behind him, and Mason, who I believe, Colin confirmed, 1954 his birth, I'm guessing, possibly. I think so. He can let me know. And I'm only presuming he is born in 1954. No, I could be completely wrong, and he could be 54 years old. He's born in 1954. That would make him right age 54. If you're born in 1954, how old would you be? So we'll work this out whilst we watch Jess going, and yes, now what Jess will do is sit behind. That's a good. Jess, sit behind, get the DRS, and then attack. So if you're born in 1954, so 72? I'm going to say 72. I might be completely wrong here. His chest can't do late braking up the inside. That doesn't have the feel to go up the inside. Doesn't want to go up the inside right there. Wants to get it a little bit earlier on. So I'm completely wrong, it turns out, with age. Oh no, sorry Colin. Oh god, I'm terrible with age, it seems. 68 in December. Which is good to see. And yeah, it does seem to look a little bit better as well. Jacko in the pit lane. Oh. Heading west, 5-second time penalty there for exceeding track limits. And let's see, which way are they going to go? Let's see, Jess going to go up the inside. This is brave from Jess. Up the inside, late braking. John gives him the room. And they're up into now 11th position there. That's a little bit of respect between those two lovely human beings down there. As well, Indecisive, meanwhile, down the back. Trying to close up on these guys. He's going to be lapped soon enough by Mr. Infamous, who's leading this race so far. Robin Proverb down into 2nd position. So he's dispatched Rageman, who I believe is pitted. Jacko in 4th. As a little bit of a lull in action right now. So, whilst we're here, let us know who's over on the chat. Colin, who do you think is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix? Whilst we're looking at everything going on and everyone in the chat, let us know who's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix here today. I think it's going to be Charles Leclerc. Now, at exactly the same time, Colin's saying Leclerc as well. Now, knowing my luck, Leclerc will now not finish the Monaco Grand Prix. He'll be out of the race because he hasn't had a lot of luck around Monaco. I'd love to see him get a big lock-up, by the way, from Proverb. If he avoids the wall. Yeah, that's true. If he avoids the wall, he crashed. If you didn't know, he crashed Nicky Lauda's Ferrari a few weeks ago as well. That car, by the way, I believe is generally cursed. Because the year before that, of course, and it got crashed again. And the year before that, it also got crashed. So it's been crashed every time it's come to Monaco. It's been in a wall. Of course, Nicky Lauda died on the Monaco Grand Prix weekend. So I'm not a superstitious guy, but it's a little bit what's the word? Coincidental. He just wants to be left alone, that car, and I think it should be. Big lockup again, I'm saying. I think that might have been Rageman kicking up the dirt. A bit more of the dirt. You might see it out the exit of the corner. You might see a little bit of dirt that you can see just in the air right there. Here, John Alisa, yeah, good correct than that. Crashed it there as well. A number 27 Ferrari. As up front, Infamous leads this race, coming up to lap there. Mr. Indecisive, who's going to be ghosted out of the way. Indecisive will. He's been driving pretty well though, despite his mistakes. He's a few hiccups here and there, but his pace doesn't seem too bad, which is the good thing. He's not last because Aiden's last, and of course Raze and Storm are both last as well this afternoon. As through you come through the rest of the field to see Jacko, currently fastest on the circuit. 1:21 is a 5-second time penalty for Aiden West for corner cutting at turn number 1. So he's given up at turn 1. What he's trying to do, he's trying to slow down, but not slow down enough. He's cut the corner. You can see there, because you can see through all the bollards. Ooh. Sully down in 9th. It's not been a good afternoon for Mercedes, has it? Really, they were looking pretty good in qualifying, but they're down there in 4th right now. Jacko's best result for quite a while, I think. He's getting himself back up the order, so maybe his curse might be slightly lifted, though I did curse him, so maybe not. But he's still in the race, so there's that one. As long as he stays in the race now, that'll be a bonus point. But if he does retire now, I'm going to cry. So let's please don't just spin in the next 2 seconds, Jacko, because I might cry. There we go. He's good. So he's carrying on his merry way. So that's good to see. No one else really mistake. No safety cars somehow in this race. We won't get one either because we are officially on safety car delta of impossibility, I believe. 25, 26, 27. So we can't get one now. If we do, it'll be a miracle and just some weird things going on. And don't forget, by the way, if you are wanting, you can buy One Hub Racing merch as well. The Stream Elements giving you the little indicator right there to show you can buy there. The link as well. Don't forget, by the way, the other tiers should also be live. We've got Podium live. I presume Podium's live right now. That will be my Mr. Co-commentator right now. And that, of course, is my co-com there as well. We'll just say that. I forgot his name. Oh no, it's gone out the top of my head. Right, it'll come back to me. I forgot who my co-commentator's name's called. This isn't good. It'll come to me eventually. Brendan, that's it. It's come to my head. It just took a few seconds. It came to my head. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten my co-com. Oh god. It comes to me as I'm just trying to figure out a few things. A little bit of a lull in action, like I said, so I am struggling a little bit. Yeah, Brendan, my co-commentator, which it was on my tongue. I knew it all along. It was just trapped in the back of my mind. Right there. Right then, Rageman ahead of Jacko, Keegan, who's a little bit on the curb, keeps it together on that 25 or 27. As there, Sully getting passed by Jason. That looked like a little decent move there from Jason, didn't it? As on the exit, left or right, that's close. That's going to be tough. They almost touched on the straight. Oh, this, you can't get any more closer, boys. Careful. Curb. Outside line, can't quite do it. Has to see behind. And well, this got awfully close right there. Can John get 10th position? That's the answer. The answer is potentially, but you never know. These two could throw each other off the road. As let's see, Sully up the inside. There's going to be a squeeze. They touch. They do touch a bit too much of a squeeze. He's gone too deep. He's gone too deep. There'll be contact here nearly. As off the road, Sully is awful afternoon. Goes from bad to worse. Cutter there of Jason, who squeezed him a little bit, and then bang, bang, contact off the road. And very aggressive driving from Jason, who has got a penalty, by the way. And that is a penalty of 9 seconds. That is, so we'll drop him down a few positions. But a little bit naughty, potentially. A little bit of moving, a little bit late on the brakes as well from Sully. Probably a little bit frustrated right there, I reckon. And it's going to be a race of frustration from few. Contact, carnage, drama throughout. Up front, those getting closed up. It's 3.3 seconds for your race leader, Infamous, who's, to be fair, still dominating this season so far. Taking what is now going to be presumably his 4th win. Proverb, I would so love him to win this race. He hasn't won a race this season. He's 2nd in the standings. And he's been the ever so consistent driver. As we now come to next week, which is... can't remember what the next track is after this one. That's gone off my head. Colin can let me know what the next race... next week's race is. Because he will know what next week's race is. Because it's gone on my tin. So... we'll find that out in just a few seconds where we are next week as well. It's in Mexico. It's not Mexico. I don't know where we are next week. Canada! Hey, we're at Canada. My favourite circuit. I like Canada. Last up of this race, Infamous leads from Proverb in 2nd, Rageman in 3rd, Jacko in 4th, behind them Giggle, King and Jamie. Closing up, but no cigar quite yet. And everyone enjoys Canada. You know what I just said about no cigar yet? And then immediately, Kingan just dropped it. Can you make this up, Evil? Is this a script? Have I scripted this race? Potentially? What just happened there? I don't know. That was interesting. I tell you what. Keegan's running a bit low on fuel here. He's running very low on fuel here. He might be in some trouble. Yeah, look, lifting and coasting. He's really lifting and coasting. He's got trouble with fuel. Here's the Williams. I don't think he'll make it. He'll have to lift and coast all the way down here. He'll lose out to Jason, who's going to be right here's Sully. Then this is going to be the battle there between these two. And then we'll cut to your race leader quickly. Let's see, late braking. No, he's not going to do around the outside there. We'll cut to your race leader, who's just going through the last corner. Then here on lap 27, the final lap of this afternoon, and it is going to be Infamous. Then he crossed the line for another victory, extends his championship lead then to 12 points potentially. Proverb in 2nd, Rageman will finish 3rd as we look down through the field to see Jason here, and oh, this is going to be agony here as well for Jamie, who's also red. These two are going to be running low on fuel. He's trying to save the fuel as much as he can. Has he got enough? Has he got enough? And Colin has chosen the driver of the day for him, as there is Jason. The contact, there's going to be contact. Bang, bang, bang again. Oh, these two have been going at it. And they are contact again here in Monza. And then see, left or right, surely going to try and go up the inside. This will be brave braking. They're going to close up on Kingan, who I think's just got the fuel. As then see, left or right, has he got the toe? No, he hasn't. He's just going to sit there, but these two got awfully close to the line. 7th, 8th, 9th position. There's Sally there. Now, where is going to be Jess? Is he going to get 9th position potentially? Across the line she will come. That's 10th for her. Mason in 11th. Indecisive's finished. Aiden's finished. Everyone is finished. What a little race. And Infamous there, the chosen by the chat driver of the day. And I've got to choose two. So there is one, because the chat's chosen it. As I like to say, when I solo commentator, the chat gets to choose as the driver. The chat gets to choose the driver of the day. As I get words out eventually. Robin Forever back in 2nd and 3rd position for the McLaren as well. And we'll look to see through the Odyssey who has been doing extremely well through the rest of the grid. In just a few moments' time as the champagne is sprayed on the top step of that beautiful podium. And there we go then. So Infamous then wins this race from Proverb, Rageman, Jacko, Giggle, Jamie, King and Sully, Jason, Jess, Mason, Indecisive, Aiden, Storm and Waze. I'm going to give my other driver of the day to... I'm going to give it to both the Alpha Toweries then. So to Infamous, well done, another victory. You've driven extremely well. The Championship lead back to yours after your DNF last week. Looking forward to Canada. Do you think this championship is time to go your way? And to Jason, from the back of the grid, nearly 2 points. Trouble in qualifying, but you made up for the race. How did you find that race, and what was your view of the turn 1 shenanigans? Because I did see at the back you were getting caught up as well. And there is our drivers of the day. And of course, thank you to my co-conspirators, Colin in the chat, my fellow co-com this afternoon. Honorary co-com for Colin down there as well. I'll give him a medal later on for giving me some something to talk about, because otherwise I might have gone off the rails. But I've got to go, because otherwise I might get shouted at by Jez, because I've got to get the other tier going for Twitch. So I've been evil, and only evil, because Colin's been Colin, I've been evil. So there we go. Until next time in Canada, take care and goodbye.